Alright. Hello. Let me open this up. Double check. Okay, we are on day 13 of Pleinairpril. And I'm just gonna do this one here. Go over some of the new stuff in HEAVYPAINT. I'm also kind of like testing right now because there was some bugs yesterday, but hopefully it'll be okay. There was some issues with loading in textures. If you had like tons of custom textures, it wasn't loading them all in time, and it would like yeah, it would load some of them and then the others would be kind of left behind because of loading speed. So now it's been changed so that it waits for all of the textures to completely load before moving forward. So now you should see like all your custom textures here. Let me see. And I'm trying this with Sidecar now, because Sidecar on the iPad, because last time I tried like some third-party thing and it was horrible. The connection kept dropping. So hopefully this one will work better. There's always some technical stuff no matter what. But I'm trying out some textures from Dan on Discord, on the HEAVYPAINT Discord. He was having some issues with his textures not working properly, so I'm trying to play with them and make sure everything works. But at the same time, I'm pretty impressed with these textures. I think they look pretty cool. He's got a lot of weird ones. They have sort of a natural feeling. I am pretty happy to see you guys actually using the textures, or the custom textures. It's pretty cool. And also playing with the tools. I'm happy to see some of you guys are messing with the new noise stuff, which last time I did a demo and it came out completely without video because the connection dropped and I didn't realize it. So let me just quickly show again how the noise works. If you go and double click on any tool, you get into this little tool settings panel, and then down here in this area here's noise. So you can say more or less noise in that direction. Well, this is with zero noise, right? It's just this bunch of straight lines, and then we can adjust in the up and down direction like this with noise Y, and noise X is left and right. And then the third noise option just controls how big or fine the noise pattern is. You can do something like that, like a wood grain pattern almost. And I think this is great because we can use a lot of our old textures and sort of give them new life with this noise, or I guess you could call it distortion too. Maybe it should be called distortion. I don't know. And then there's also this rotation, which I really like this because it means that we can save a lot of, like a texture like this, for example, that's rotated 45 degrees. Now we can just rotate it in the actual tool. So we don't have to make like rotated textures anymore. We can just, this is kind of cool. Let me turn off noise. Here, I'll do it with this. So let's say we increase the size of this, and then we can, you know, rotate it. So here we can make it like a square checkers, or we can rotate it. And this is rotating the texture itself, not the stroke, so it's sort of something different. And then the other bonus is for things like this, where it's a gradient that's going in one direction, then we can rotate it and have basically 4 directions. Sounds like a boy band. 4 directions of this texture for free. So that's great, because we can save texture memory. We don't need to have 4 versions for 4 different directions, and it's just a lot better. Hello, Andres. Hello, Popcorn. Hello, Luke. Puzzles of sine curve. I don't know. I don't play enough games. I don't know what those puzzles are. But I know what a sine wave is like. I think. I should know what a sine wave is if I'm doing graphics. Something like that, right? There's the S-curve. Okay, let's get serious. Go back here. Am I still updating Blender scripts? Yeah, I updated it last time, like a couple weeks ago. I think there was a issue with 3.1 or something. But yeah, I'll update it once in a while. It is up on GitHub though, so if you have any issues with it, you know, anyone is free to update it themselves. Like, you can go in and fix stuff if you want. Just make a pull request on GitHub, and then it'll get merged into the scripts. So far, only one person has ever done that. Nick, who was a student of mine, but yeah. Yeah, that's the only issue with the scripts, guys, is like I don't have, you know, those are free scripts. I don't charge for them, so I kind of need, I'm hoping that someday, like, someone else will kind of take over them and be the custodian, I guess, and like keep them intact, because yeah, that's why I put it up on GitHub, so other people can contribute to it. Okay, so let me put another layer. I normally wouldn't paint with layers, but since I'm trying to test, well, actually, I guess in this case it makes sense to have layers, because we're going to be kind of going through this sunset, or the sky should be really smooth. But for Pleinairpril this year, I've been trying to avoid layers as much as I can, because it's just a lot more fun to paint without layers, in my opinion. But there have been some bugs and issues related to layers, so I kind of need to use them so I can see see what the issues are. But so far it looks okay for right now. Does sound okay for you guys? I have like some random YouTube bird sounds playing on the speakers. I hope it's not like coming in weird. Is anybody here doing Pleinairpril? I hope. I've been sort of doing it, but also not, because I'm not following the format exactly. Like yesterday I was painting a bone, like an oxtail bone, and I'm just painting random stuff, not always landscape, so I feel like I'm not doing it properly, but at least I'm painting every day. That's my goal, is just to paint every day this month. See how it goes. Probably should have done this on a different layer. Where's my transform? I think I need to wiggle this up a little. One thing I've been doing a lot lately is, instead of having layers, like instead of having a separate layer for the floor and the sky, or for the street and the sky here, I'm just doing it all on one, and then having the background as a separate, or sorry, the mid-ground as a separate layer. So it's like everything here on one layer, just because it's easy to separate the bottom and the top when you have this thing like overlaying it. You know what I mean? And then that way you can just kind of like skip out on one layer, which anytime I can save a layer, I usually try to do it. Very stingy with my layers. Let me quickly make sure this is working. Let me make sure the custom textures are working too. If we put this weird texture down here, save it, go back. Let's see. Okay. Busy with egg jams. What the heck is an egg jam? You like make a new omelet every day, or how does that work? think my iPad screen is getting darker. Like, it doesn't pop as much as it used to. Oh, it's because I have half brightness. Duh. Okay. It's like I can't. Are my eyes bleeding or? Exams. Oh, is that what the kids call it nowadays? Egg jams? Damn. It's pretty good. Egg jams. My egg jams are coming up. I would totally contribute to scripts if I knew how. Yeah, it's actually not that hard. Especially like for little maintenance stuff. Usually there'll be an error that Blender will throw, and it'll tell you exactly where in the script and what line to change in order to fix it. So you could literally, it would say, go to this file, pymenu.py, go to line 320, and the word, I don't know, Bob is breaking the script. So then you would just go there, look at that line, and then delete it or change it or to something else. And that's it. That's how I learned scripting, basically, is to go into other people's existing scripts, which are, in that case, they're Python scripts. .py means Python, and then you go in there and you look at it, and then you see like what doesn't match, and then you can also look up stuff on Google and be like, okay, how does the Blender API work? What is an API? API is basically like how does Blender talk to Python, or how does Blender talk to the script, and then you can check what is Blender looking for when the script is, maybe something changed so that in the Blender API, so now when Python was asking for Bob, now Bob doesn't exist anymore in Blender, so then it crashes. And then you would go and say, okay, what's the replacement for Bob now? And then there's a new Bob named Jim or something, and you put that there instead, and then it works. So I might sound like a crazy person right now, but that's basically how scripting works. It's pretty. It's not that complicated. Just takes a little bit of digging. But yeah, I think that's a good way to learn, though. I mean, yeah, that's how I learned is just by going through and modifying stuff from people. Like I used to use Modo, and there was this guy Seneca who had a lot of scripts, and I would just go in there and use his scripts and change them how I needed them. And sometimes it's pretty self-explanatory. Even it might even sound like regular English, and then you just kind of guess what to put there, and then I don't know. Or if you look up scripting for artists I think Blender actually put out a video specifically on Python scripting, so you could see kind of like the official word from Blender Institute. And that was a really good video too. Kind of got me started with programming. I think in general, I mean, sorry to preach, guys, but I think in general, people think that programming is harder than it is, and it's really not. Like, anyone can learn it, and you don't have to be like a super genius or anything. It's I mean, if you think about it, computers are sort of dumb. They only say like yes or no. You know, it's just zeros and ones. You can say like, yes, this is true, or no, that's false, and then you just tell the computer, okay, if this situation is happening, then say yes, or if this other situation is happening, say no, and it's just repeating that over and over again. So it's just like yes no questions over and over on a computer to get it to eventually do what you want it to do. Oh, and then it can do math too. It's really good at math, which is great because I'm horrible at math. I barely know my multiplication tables, and programming is great because you don't have to do the math. The computer does it for you. It's also very good for lazy people, programming, because yeah, you're basically offloading work that you would have to do yourself and letting the computer do it. So I don't know, I think it's great. Okay. Let me double check that this is not broken yet. Okay, so this is good. You know Python? I sort of know Python. I know like the weird Godot version of Python, which is the engine I'm using. But, yeah. What is a split for you in terms of art versus coding? Well, I'm mostly coding, but that's why I'm kind of happy that Pleinairpril is happening, because now I have an excuse to try to paint every day. It really depends. Like, if there's some problem or bug or whatever that is nasty, then I probably will have to spend more time coding to solve that issue. But if I have time and I can sort of chill, then I like to paint more. How hardcore are you guys? Do you paint every single day? Or how many hours in a week do you think you are painting or doing art stuff? Yeah, it's technically not devoid. You're right. This is cheating. But I can't really stream outside, so I've been painting like sometimes outside and sometimes inside. I'm not doing the challenge very well. Without going into details, has coding been more financially successful for you than art and design? So far, definitely not. I do, you know, probably less than minimum wage with heavy paint at this point, because you have to consider I've been working on it for like 4 years and I have not made that much off of it. So I could have been making a lot more just doing regular art freelance stuff. But this is kind of my passion project right now, so I don't really care. I just want to work on it. I want to make it as good as I can and see how it goes. That being said, though, I think in general, if you're learning computer stuff, you have the potential to earn a lot of money. Like if you get a job at Google or Amazon or wherever, or you do make your own startup or something like that. There's a lot of potential, but yeah. For me though, I would have been better off financially just sticking with art. But then again, I'm still pretty new with software and stuff, so who knows, maybe it'll pay off someday. But I don't know. But I think I've always had this urge. Like I've felt like sort of like I always wanted to learn engineering of some kind, and I sort of have that kind of a curiosity for how do things work, or how do you build things, and how do you, like, I would like to take stuff apart when I was little. My uncle was kind of a big part of that. He would always, spoil me. They had no kids, so they would spoil me with like, cool RC car, or he gave me a BB gun one time, which was, I don't know if that was a good idea, but I started like taking it apart when I was a kid and like trying to see how the gun worked. Luckily I didn't kill myself with it, or I didn't like accidentally get a spring to the eyeball. But yeah, I've always been interested in like the behind the scenes of how do things work, and trying to build stuff. But I've always liked art too, and just drawing in general. I think that's why I ended up, doing industrial design, is because that's a pretty good mixture of the two things. You're designing, you're drawing, but also you have to think about how the thing is put together in a factory. How's it going to be manufactured, and all that side is very engineering based, I guess. So it was just a good mix, kind of like the perfect mix for me. And then this stuff, the programming, I feel is pretty satisfying too, because you have an idea of like what you want to build. You build it, and then it's kind of fun because you put it out into the world, and then you see how people react to it, and then they'll complain about certain things, or they'll really love certain things that you maybe didn't expect, and then I don't know, it's like doing a painting or doing art, but then when you put it out, you get it's a very short, usually a very short term interaction with people. They might look at it and then say, oh, that's nice, or oh, it's whatever, I don't care about it. But with the software stuff, it's cool because when you put it out, it can last a long time, and people can have a lot more a lot more involvement with it. But yeah, I've never, I think my art itself, I have a habit of not really thinking too much about it, and I just do it and stick it out there, and I kind of wish that I was more thoughtful about my art, because I don't, it's not that deep, I guess, so I wish it was, though. But maybe that comes from just always being in commercial types of art, like industrial design and animation and video games and all that stuff is all sort of the art is serving a product, a bigger product. So it's like the art is not really the central point, I guess. Okay, this guy is not looking too hot. I need to... On a good week, I'll get 2 or 3 hours of drawing in a day, and I don't illustrate or paint professional. Being UX designer, but I go crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a nice activity. It's like a good stress reliever, right? Painting, I think. I mean, although sometimes it can be pretty frustrating, and like, I have some friends that will just like, they'll just be cursing and while they paint, they're just fuck, shoot. But yeah, I think painting is a good activity in general. I've never actually had a pure painting job. Like, I've always had either design, sketching, you know, doing 3D, that kind of stuff, and maybe like a little bit of auxiliary painting combined with it, but never purely painting. And I feel like purely painting would be kind of fun, just to, you know, be more relaxing as a job, I think. I'm not sure, because I've never done it, but what the heck is going on with my sky here? This is looking messy. Oops. Maybe a mix here. That gradient going. Like that. Oh, this guy is so janky, but I like it. I like how janky it is. It's very chunky. Okay, so the sun area, what is going on there? It's like a pinkish halo around the sunlight, and I like to go around like from the outside to the inside with these really intense bright lights, because we're gonna end up just making the center white anyway. So let me try to get these outer details, then I can paint within that circle with the, it's like a yellow, a brighter yellowy, lemony color, like that. No, it's more yellow, lemony, maybe more green. Something like that. And then it's white inside of that. And then it like fades to the right side, or blurs out to the right. And then it's reddish, pinkish. And then it's yellow again. This sun is crazy. It's like a layer cake. And then white again. I wonder if that's lens flare? I don't know why it keeps, it's like repeating patterns like that. Ooh, I made it too big, huh? Oh well. And then that halo that goes around it, maybe we could use a gradient. No gradient, and then right in the middle. Oh, it's super orange, and then it's super white. Kind of cheesy. Oh well. You see my future more with coding? I think probably I'm going to be doing this heavy paint for the foreseeable future. I still have a lot of stuff that I want to do with it, so I don't plan on giving it up yet. At least for a couple more years. And thank you, Devoid. Very, very kind of you to say that. I hope I don't get a copyright strike for these bird sounds and water sounds. That would be annoying. I just want something so it doesn't sound so quiet when I'm not being a good streamer. Darker, darker, darker. Okay, mix here. Dark red. So again, for these like bright hot spots, you start off with the dark and saturated color, and then you switch to a really intense version of that within. And then finally, if you want to be crazy, you can go like to white or really close to white. And then that'll give you that hot spot lighting. And then these traffic lights way down there, they don't even get to the hot spot, they just stay dark. So I'll just move them like that. Okay. Hey Tony. Yeah, I like this. I'm just using this is another YouTube video with 8 hours of calming sounds. Because I basically have no sound outside right now. wonder if I could... I should probably try to do something weirder with the noise here. Mike J came up with a cool technique where you like get any texture really, and if you crank up the noise in the Y direction and the noise size, and then you get this cool brushy look. So I had not even thought of that, but it's a really good idea. And it works out with most. It works with most of the textures. This side of the building is a little bit bright because it's facing the sun. And then down here a little bit. Alright, let me zoom out a little. The sun is still kind of bothering me. I think I made this color's too dark, probably. Yeah, these greens always get me. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Ah. I've also been trying to draw a lot more with Pleinairprils, and that's been a lot of fun. I think at heart I enjoy drawing the most. Oh no. No. Wait, why is this showing up? What the heck? Oh, on the wrong tool. Yeah. And the less time I have, the smaller I paint. I think things will come out better that way. Too bright. Little yellow stripes. Hmm. Okay, the street has some reflection in it too, let's not forget. It's like bouncing the highlights from the cars into the ground. Let's see. So, I'm gonna do this. Some of them are pretty intense. Oh, it kind of looks cool in black and white. I think some of the road needs to be darker, so I'm just gonna sketch that in. That'll help the reflections pop out too, I think. I'm also trying to make the lines follow the road a little bit, like follow the direction of the road, so it's sort of radiating outwards. And give the wheels a little attention. These ones are nice because we can get away with just little tiny highlights. Oh, I think you're right about this guy. I mean, here, I'll try liquefy. Oh, I can use that to make this smaller. Here. That's fine. Cheating. Cheating, cheating, cheating. Yeah. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's what I've been missing. I'm gonna crank up the color jitter here, so hopefully there's a little bit of vibration. There we go. That's it. My painting went from low dynamic range to high dynamic range just now, in like 2 seconds. What's soft glow? Oh, for the cars? Ooh, good point. I need to do that. Totally forgot about it. What color is it even? Greenish? Yeah, glow. It's done. Should I add the little, what should we call it? The crap on the windshield? The little dots? Let me do this on another layer in case I don't like it. Which coding language would you recommend for someone interested? Python. I think Python is really nice and clean, and it looks a lot like English when you're writing it. So, yeah, I would go for Python. Hey DJ, this is, I think you detected that these are they're a little bit off. This is fake nature sound. Hello from Ukraine, hello. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hello, I see you. Okay, I think I'm happy with this one in general. Maybe, what do I need? Maybe these lights I can redo. The stoplights. And also Back here, all the way back here, I think should be more atmosphere. Let me just redo this area. It needs more atmosphere like this. Well, no crashes so far. Pretty surprised. I'm sorry for anyone who's been having trouble with crashes lately. I hope this version will solve it. No more crashes ever. Wouldn't that be great? Actually, I like these fake birds. They are very relaxing. I like this drawing part of painting a lot. A lot more than the painting part of painting. If you know what I mean. Alright. This is the last thing, I think. I'm gonna fix this up a little bit. I should have just used rectangle for this. Rectangle, where are you? This is what you were made for, rectangle. It's time to shine, rectangle. Go, go, go. Okay. Oh, wait, what else am I doing? Add more noodle. More noodle. Let it go. Let it go. Alright, I can't turn off my brain here. Like, I'm going to keep noodling forever unless I explicitly force myself to stop. So let's stop. Come on, brain. Tell my hand to stop. I don't need any more. It's over. It's over. Come on. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is like making it worse. The more I touch it, the worse it'll be for sure. But I think it still has energy. It has good, like, sketch energy right now. So if I just leave it alone... Ah, God. Just a little bit. Just leave it alone. Come on. Well, this is the hero car right here, so I'm okay. I'm justifying, like, spending a little bit of time on it. I think doing like little tiny lines in the distance is also, you get a lot of bang for your buck when you do that. Okay. I'm gonna stop touching it now. Thank you guys for joining in. Fresh Go says this reminds her of certain yellow liquid. That's weird. You must have a very large bladder. How did you start learning the code? Started by doing scripts for Blender. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in coding, you know, actually Godot engine is a really great place to start. So I would just look up Godot, Godot, which is the engine that I use to make HEAVYPAINT, and just go through some YouTube videos, and it's a lot of fun. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining in, guys. I'll see you maybe tomorrow for another Pleinairpril. We'll see. I'm gonna put this version up. This is 2.4.10, and hopefully it fixes some of the crashes that were happening before, and it will fix also the fact that textures were not loading in properly before, especially if you had a lot of custom user textures. So now that should load, and then you'll be able to do your weird like noise and rotation and funky stuff with your custom textures. Okay, see you guys next time.